anything that does not suit or support the family that lives here, you must leave. You are no longer allowed to be here.
My name is Rhodey Speak.
J. Allen.
My name is James Bishop, and I am the co-founder of the West Houston Paranormal Society.
Paranormal activity happens anywhere, and Houston is just like any large city. You've had a lot of things happen, like the slavery days, horrible things that happened to slaves that I think, we believe things, whether it's a happy emotion, having a baby, a sad emotion, for example, back in those days, a slave getting whipped or something, we believe it embeds itself in the environment, some of these things, and it replays sometimes over and over. That's called a residual haunting versus an intelligent haunting. But I think Houston has a lot of activity, and all the cemeteries, that's one of my favorite places to go.
Fun. Yeah, you see the TV shows and things like that, but what we do, we try to distance ourselves from that because it's not all that glitz and glamour and running around acting like fools and stuff like that. I mean, we've had our times, but we try not to follow what they do on TV, and that's probably the biggest question we always get.
I was one of the few people who didn't watch the ghost shows ahead of time, so coming into this, I didn't know really what to expect.
I felt it when I walked around him. Yeah. I felt it with him, like it followed him out here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've been scared. I kind of like the dark, so that doesn't bother me. And being an ex-police officer in the Marine Corps, I've kind of seen everything you could possibly imagine, so nothing really freaks me out in that regard. But I will say that I've seen things that I wasn't sure that I saw and needed validation from someone else that may have seen it without telling them that I've seen it. So once you can corroborate with somebody else, hey, I saw that too, and I know I'm not crazy, I know, it's not that I'm tired or, restless or something like that to where I think I'm seeing things. That's never been the case.
With us, try to communicate by knocking on something or even making one of these machines, this one or that one, light up.
Like I said, co-found, I help Hazel plan, and then what we'll do, we'll find things we want to do. She'll bring things up, we'll discuss what we want to do. But my main job with the team is I'm on the tech crew. I'm one of the technical members. There's 4 of us, and we do all the setup and things like that. My main jobs now during investigations are to monitor for sound. I place recorders that are unmanned. I like to monitor the screens when we're doing our DVR recordings and stuff like that. I watch the cameras live.
I counted my daughter and then look up the frame and I'm like, I see something else. I'm like, it could have been them, but I was like,
That's their shadow.
That's my scene. What's good about this, like I said, we established base when we actually start to investigate. We have the presence of any spirits that usually affect our reading. So it's good to have a starting point.
Feel things are happening where they live, and a lot of times it goes on a long time before people reach out for help because they're afraid people will laugh at them, think they're crazy, not believe them. So usually things have gotten pretty bad when they finally reach out for help, and their main goal is they want to help people. That's why they got into it. I'm a little more selfish. I want to help people, but I also want to go to as many mansions, asylum, hospitals, murder sites as I can.
Well, first of all, this hospital is probably one of the most hauntedest hospitals ever investigated by people. It's definitely abandoned. It's owned by the city of Pasadena, and there's a giant fence around it now and you can't get in. But over the last 40 years, there's been countless deaths due to malpractice and negligence, and just the normal spans of death that go on in a town this size of Pasadena. I've been paranormal investigating for the last 12 years, and I have to say that this hospital is probably the most spirit activity laden facility that I've ever been in. It's actually dangerous. It's unhealthy to be inside there, but you have to do things in order to get answers to certain questions.
You say hello to us? You want to communicate with us? We need to get it kind of lit up. Let's do. You go on negative energy. You're not allowed to stay here. We banish you.
Only one time where I was touched, scratched. It was at Yorktown Memorial Hospital. It was the very first place I ever investigated officially with a group, but I've been back about 5 times since. It was about my 4th trip. I was down in the basement where the time before I was sitting in a chair looking down a long hallway because I was told you'll see like black shadows darting in and out. And I sure enough did see them. I doubted it because it sounded too much like a movie, and I did see it. And when we went the next time, it was with a group event. We had where the public, we pretend like people got to come with us, and I was down in the basement, and I walked down there because it seemed like this spirit entity, whatever, it would always try to interact with people that maybe were emotionally not that strong, or like, in other words, like a bully spirit, you know. So I went over there and I said exactly that. I'm here, I'm not weak. Come mess with me. You want to mess with all these people that aren't prepared for you? I'm prepared. Here I am. And I felt like a curling iron got put on my back, and there was a big red scratch mark down it. So that's probably been the strangest, most tangible thing that's happened. I asked for it, it happened, but I did go back down there and say, okay, you did catch me off guard and startled me, but I'm back. Here I am, and nothing else happened. So